What's up, guys, and welcome back. Today we are doing the first card of the week for Opus 14. Now I'm happy I was able to do my my spoilers video already, so we were able to move into the card of the week segments pretty good, and that way it kind of saves some space in the next spoiler video. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get started. We have Barret. Now I'll be honest, I did read a little bit about this one, but I think it's for the best. If I get a head start of these, that way I have a little more to talk about and a little more to phrase, and give you real thoughts about this. This is still first impressions, though, for some people and for myself. So, yeah, so we have Kageyama talking about that it's going to be the box art topper, so that's good. So everyone's going to get these. We are going to have them full art. It's not bad. It is a multi-element, fire, earth, avalanche operative, 4-drop, 9k. If Barret is dealt damage less than his power, that the damage becomes 0 instead. The job avalanche operative forwards other than Barret you control gain haste. Discard one card. Discard one card. Choose one job avalanche operatives other than card named Barret in your break zone and add it to your hand. You can only use this ability once per turn. So a couple cool things here. I wish they would. First of all, it has its own built-in min will effect, which is nice. I wish they would just phrase it properly. Like, if Barret is dealt damage less than his power, it is reduced to 0. They made a big stink about power reduction and the way that rule works. I wish they would just apply it to these cards. And then next, the job avalanche operatives forwards other than Barret you control gain haste. He goes on to say a little bit here. He's going to show us the Jessie, which we will talk about. And he also says that the new Tifa from the pre-release kit that we talked about in my other video is also Avalanche operative. So that's cool. I imagine we'll also get a Wedge and Biggs forward probably. And I don't know how many more Avalanche operatives there are in the story, in the grand scheme of things. I don't know if that old lady who ran the hotel was an Avalanche operative. Maybe you get, I don't know, somebody else in the starter deck, right? So this is going to play well with that starter deck. I think Jessie's also the starter card, yeah. And so we have the Tifa, Jessie, Wedge, and Biggs, probably all forwards. But you're going to have to find a balance between them once we move on to the next one. And then his last effect, discard one, choose a job avalanche operative other than card named Barret in your break zone and add it to your hand. So effectively you can discard cards to fix your to get the forwards back, which is going to be nice. It'll help. Those are, as long as he's out and they have haste, you can pitch other cards and then tap for those forwards to be able to make bigger swings on your opponent, or maybe push for a game in one turn, especially if they're all dead, right? And we don't know if they have any S abilities, if Wedge or Biggs or any of the other operatives are going to have S abilities. But it's going to make it easier to be able to recast those as well. It's going to technically cost you 2 extra CP to do these things, but it should work. But yeah, and like I said, here he goes on to say pretty much what I'm saying here. And yeah, and then now he goes into how you can use Bart's or Hashimal, Bringer of Order. We have the Barts, or any of the other Barts that takes jobs, to also be an Avalanche operative, or do this to change forwards into that, right? So that's not the worst thing. At least the Hashimal falls into the colors, and Bart's not so much, but seems decent. And here he goes on to say a little bit more about the Avalanche starter set, which is going to bring more Avalanche operatives. And now we have the Jessie. If you control a job Avalanche operative, the cost required to cast Jessie is reduced by 2. So let's read it first. When 2 or more job Avalanche operatives forwards you control form a party, select one of the following. It's either search for Cloud or play a Cloud from your hand. Now, both of those effects are really good for a couple of reasons. We already saw that pretty busted Cloud yesterday, or in the other video for Opus 14. So he's 14 and this is 15.2? That's interesting. So it might be a while, actually. I just noticed that. Oh man, so it might be a while before this Barret actually gets the play it deserves. But I guess that's something to look forward to. So this is going to be the other 14 legendary along with the Cloud. And this is going to be something we have to wait till after that. So I guess we can just talk about her effect a little bit more. It says if you control an Avalanche operative, her cost, she's 1-drop. So that means if you have, the Barret out and you already have backups, she's 1-drop. If you have the Wedge and Biggs backups now that exist, she's also 1-drop. So that's cool. And then 2 forwards. So we have the Barret and Tifa, or forwards you control forward party. So her and one other one as well. You can play or search a cloud, right? And we have, and it's any cloud too, so you can always play the light one, or play some of the other ones that net you a little more value. You can play the fire one, or even the broken one we saw from this new set coming up. And being able to search the right one, cloud. There is a lot of cloud effects with S abilities, like the backup, and then I think the light has one too. And then the original ones. There's just a lot of things. So being able to play search clouds is going to be really handy. Being as you have all of these pieces on board, it's going to be a little tough, but the colors already play to its strengths. This is probably the best, most optimal color for this card, because all the 7 stuff, in my opinion, is best suited for a fire earth like deck. And yeah, that's the way I think it's going to build out. It's a little unfortunate that this set, that we probably won't get this Jessie for a while. So if this is out in August 6th, that means we have to wait till the next set, which might be until the end of the year. And I don't know if this starter is going to come somewhere after that or before that. I think we can look it up really quick, but I wouldn't even know where to begin. I might edit this part out, so hold on. All right, so here now we're on the 2-player starter set, Avalanche versus Shinra. We have the Cloud, which is a Merc. He also has abilities. When Cloud enters the field, if you control job Avalanche operative forward, select up to 2 of the 3 following actions. Choose a forward, deal it 10k. Choose a job Avalanche operative, cost 4 less than your break zone, play it onto the field. All forwards you control gain haste until the end of the turn. So it's not a bad card, but he's still a Merc, and he does work well with the deck. But being able to play this when Cloud enters the field. So if you do Jesse's effect and bring this guy out, you can do one of these effects. It's probably the most optimal thing. But if we go a little bit further, yeah, so Friday, October 22nd. So we have August and then October. I guess this is technically 14.5, but it'll be before the next set. So there's the date on that, and we still have some samples here. Avalanche deck, Jesse, Wedge, Barret, Biggs, and Cloud, and then Shinra deck, Sang, Shinra, Rude, Reno, and Rufus. Yeah. So that's it for the card of the week, guys. And I guess we talked a little bit about the new starter deck. I was probably going to do a separate video for that, but we can cover it all here. Thanks for listening. What are your thoughts? Do you think this card is going to be good enough on its own before the starter deck, or are we going to have to wait even longer before this card's playable? Let me know. I'll catch you guys next time.